All motivation podcasts are strictly based on opinion. Any facts given should and will be backed up by a source. If a source is not given, then it should not be taken otherwise.
Now I'ma I get it until my numbers call. Till I'm just a name and a memory on my homies' wall. I be moving on, I'm trying to just build my dough up. Till I'm just a sign, my toes up.
Welcome to the newest episode of Motivation Inspired. I am the host, Curtis Moore, aka Curly Mo, or you can just call me Mo. And obviously, this is not one of those episodes of my dating series, Dating Doomed or Destined. This is actually a freestyle episode just to give you some updates of what's been going on. If you are following me, then you have noticed that I haven't did an episode in October, and that is because I haven't been able to post anything. My equipment finally did go out on me, so I have been working to get some more equipment, and now I actually do have the equipment to record. I am just waiting on one more thing, and then I will be back full blown and probably better than ever. On the upside, I do have some modifications of the equipment that I got. I'm able to do some sound effects like laughter. I've been kind of doodling with it. I actually did record or re-recorded the October episode. I had it recorded, but I couldn't get it posted. But I actually re-recorded the October episode. So now I'm just waiting on one more thing so I'll be able to post it. Yes, one more thing and I will be able to post it. So thank you for bearing with me. I hope I didn't lose any followers while I have been waiting. But considering that I can't post that episode, what I am going to do is I'm going to do a double feature for November. I'm actually going to have 2 podcasts that I am going to post. So I'm excited about that. So that'll make up for that time. Also, with the equipment that I do have, hopefully, and now that I got more time on my hands, hopefully I will be able to do more podcasts. With that being said, another thing is the idea of doing video podcasting is back on the plate. I'm closer and closer to getting it going, and I will be able to do one really, really soon. I'm going to end up doing a test run just to see how it goes, and hopefully that will give me the confidence that I need to get that going. Another change that I'm going to do I did mention this in the last podcast I did post. I will start having more guests, or I will start having guests on some of my podcasts. Haven't decided if I'm going to do all of them like that, but after going through and listening to different people's podcasts, it seemed better when you had guests. Now, there was some podcasting that is like me and like to be the lecturing type, but we are going to try it with the guests, and I'm probably going to do some of both. I really want to get my wrestling podcast going, so I'm probably going to start getting that going. This is actually a live show, so I will not be able to edit out anything. So if you hear a lot of then I do apologize. I am working on that, but I will get, I will do what I can do. But that actually is the news for the most part as far as my podcast. Hopefully I'll be able to start doing more. Like I said, there's a lot of podcasts I would like to do. I will also, my dating series will be ending really soon, and I will start back doing other podcasts. So if there is any podcast that you would like, or any topics that you would like for me to expound on or do a podcast on, then send it to me. You can always go to my Facebook page, Motivation Nation on Facebook. You can also email me at MOE2 Vation VATION 23 at yahoo.com, and I will do my best to try to reply as much as possible. The year is about up, so starting the new year, I have fresh ideas that I'm going for, and like I said, I'm going to be doing some different things, and I'm going to be trying to get it out there a lot more. As far as my health is concerned, as I said, I have been diagnosed with a autoimmune disease called sarcoidosis, and it is a disease, or it's not a disease, it's a condition, but it will turn into a disease. But it is not curable, so this is actually a terminal condition. I have been off of a full-time job for a few months now. My job decided to let me go over some, I call BS, but it is what it is. So I will have more time to do more recording. I do have a part-time job that I'm working on. So if there's any at-home jobs that y'all would like to send my way, please do. You can go to my main page, Curtis Moore, on Facebook, and just message me, or you can email me here or wherever. But I got a little handle on the condition. You might hear some wheezing and stuff, and that's part of it. But we're gonna move forward regardless, because my God is in control, and that's basically what I can say. Like I said, I've got a lot of ideas planned for my podcast, and a lot of it is going to be some stuff that's controversial. A lot of it's going to be some things that there's going to probably be arguments and stuff over, but it is what it is, and I feel like that these are subjects that I should touch, and I will touch. So just stay tuned in to my podcast. Please like and share my Facebook page and my podcast. Please do, because the more people, the better. Just like and share. Tell somebody to listen to it like one time. I know I ain't the greatest in my speech, but I'm working on it. So just give me your feedback. Don't be too hard on me, and just hang in there, and we shall grow together. This is going to be, like I said, a freestyle podcast. And the last freestyle podcast I did was I scrolled through Facebook and I expounded upon some of their posts. And this is going to be kind of a mixture of that. So I did write down a couple of topics from looking at Facebook, as far as just not even, just scrolling through Facebook. So I'm going to expound upon it. One of the topics that I'm going to expound upon, there was a Facebook post that I saw that said, or it talks about getting the bag, and in order for you to want better, you got to do better. And there is people out there, a lot of people feel like that they got to stay in the slums just because of where they come from. A lot of people got to stay in that mindset, but you do not. You see a lot of success stories from people that used to live poorly, or used to live in the hood, or used to live bad, or their family members were bad or something like that, and they took a step and worked hard and got out of the slums. You hear a lot about that. In order for you to get that, you got to change your mindset. If somebody wants to live better, like if you want to change your house up to look nice, you want to live in a nice house, you got to appreciate what you got first. You got to build that up first. A lot of people overlook that. They think they just got to automatically save and go for their big house. But a lot of times, if you've watched some of these house shows where they fix up a house and stuff like that, a lot of times you can take what you have and put some money into it and make it better. And a lot of times it just involves changing habits. And a lot of people don't understand that if you change habits, all you got to do is learn to organize. Learn how to pick up a paintbrush and paint. Learn how to fix things up. And in order for you to be able to do that, you got to get your household on board. I remember watching one show where it was, I can't remember the name of it, but basically you have a choice between it's a lady and a man, and you could probably help me out, but it's a lady and a man. One fix up the house that they already have, and the other one looks on the market to buy brand new. And you have a choice between which one you want to do. And at the end of the show, you decide on which one you want to go with. But this person had kids, and they was looking to get a bigger house for their kids and stuff. But whoever was fixing the house up, I can't remember. I think the lady was the one fixing the same house up, and the man was the one who was selling or looking for a house to buy. But the lady said all it takes is a little changing on the inside, and this house is a perfect house. She said you just got to change habits. Y'all gonna have to excuse me because I'm kind of stuffed up. So y'all just might have to give me a minute. Hold on one second. Okay, sorry about that. But the lady said all it takes is getting the kids to change their habits. All it takes is getting the husband to change his habits, and you have a perfectly good home. A perfectly good home. So that is basically what happened. She decided to take the home, and that's all that happened. They fixed up the home. So you can turn around and do or have better. It's just all about having that mindset. Another post, and this is going to be a 30-minute podcast because that's all I could do. That's all I could do with this app right now. But anyway, another person posted about kids and how they were tired of dealing with their kids and stuff. Listen, I did a podcast on this, so I'm not going to be long on this. But the thing is, you was the one who birthed them kids. You was the one who shot at a woman and had the kids. So the thing is, how are you going to let something that you created overpower you? How are you going to let something that you created overpower you? You need to think about that. It's deep. There's a difference between being a parent and being your kid's friend or whatever. You got to let your kids realize that you are the parent. If you watch the Medea plays, there was one time on one of the Medea plays, it was called Diary of a Mad Black Woman. And on there, you had Daddy Charles and you had Charles. Charles turned around and got all mouthy with his daddy, and his daddy jumped up quick, said, "Oh, who is you talking about, player? Who is you talking to like that, player? I'll beat you like the house of prayer." Well, you know what I'm saying. But basically, he let him know real quick, it doesn't matter how old you are, you're going to respect me because I was the one who birthed and raised you. So, and I'm noticing that this generation is not parenting their kids. It's like they're afraid to parent their kids and knock them upside the head, or doing what you got to do to prepare the kids. You got to realize you got to prepare these kids to go out into a world that doesn't care about them. You're preparing them for a world that doesn't care about them. You can't always fix their problems because one day you're not going to be here. And when you're not here, what are the kids going to do? So you gotta teach these kids that the world is not going to treat them like you do. And that's the thing. Another person posted about a relationship. They said that why is it so hard for me to find someone that is this and that and other? Look, yes, that's what I've been talking on my dating pool, my dating series. Yes, it is hard out here to find a genuine person to live the rest of your life with nowadays, because everybody so far is out for themselves. And if you listen to my dating series, you will find a lot of the differences and a lot of the problems and things like that. You just got to keep trying. And a lot of people overlook ones that could be the ones for them. So you got to also look at that. Don't be that type of person that is so picky that you're overlooking what you need just because of what you want. Because what you need will always overshadow what you want. When you get that person of what you need, y'all can build together to get what you want. A lot of people is wanting the stuff ahead of time, but don't realize that a lot of the people that are successful in their marriage and their relationships are successful because they work together to build to be successful. So that's what you got to look at. So don't give up, take your seasons the way that you need to take them, and keep working hard to find that person, and don't get stuck on one right away. You know what I'm saying? Always be observant. Always watch out and look for the right one. And like I said in one of my podcasts, people are different. I can't sit here and tell you to take for a certain amount of time to see if that's the person for you. I can't sit here and tell you to wait on moving in with a person or nothing like that, because everybody's different. But what I am telling you is use your brain and be observant. Another person had posted, people are going to ghost you over $40. Just keep it. I just want my friend back. A lot of time people will take little things. A lot of time people will take little things and let it cause a big problem. I was talking to somebody the other day that had posted on Facebook about it has been, and this is an older person, but it has been they 15, 20 years since they have talked to somebody they felt like was like a sister to them, and they had a falling out, and for some reason she's been on her mind and this and that. And eventually I told that person, I said, listen, I said, if you let this thing fester for 15 or 20 years, then that's a big problem. If you're thinking about this person probably have thought about you just as much. Go mend them fences if it's meant for y'all to be mended. Go and get that person. And this person had posted that they were the only one that ever understood and all that. How can you let somebody that has always understood you get away over something that could be so petty? So don't let little petty stuff, keep you from finding somebody that's real. And I ain't talking about a relationship. I'm talking about a friendship or whatever. But at the same time, realize that you can't trust everybody. You cannot trust everybody. Enemies, you will have your enemies, but sometimes your worst enemies are your frenemies. The ones that have turned their back on you at one point and have talked mess about you at one point, those aren't your real friends. Those aren't your friends at all, because if somebody can hurt you by words of mouth or anything like that, then they was never your friends to begin with. There's people I had fallen out with, and I didn't hurt them by, turning my back on them and talking about them. I even kept their secrets. As bad as I wanted to let it out, I even kept their secrets. So a true friend wouldn't want to hurt you regardless of if y'all fall out or not. So I always remember that. Keep that in mind. All right, it says my first impression of you high. First impressions are always, you got to watch first impressions, because a first impression of a person isn't always that person. It's always what the person presents themselves to be. So you have to watch your first impression of somebody. Always be observant of a person, because it don't matter how much a person presents themselves. Their true self always comes out in little bitty pieces and phases. If you start noticing little things, notate that. I'm not saying believe it, but notate that, because you never know what that person is really capable of. So always watch out for first impressions. Let's see what else. Okay. This is funny. I'm gonna say, I ain't gonna specify this. I'm gonna say, people be so busy until they start liking you. Then you're like, where'd your job go? Man, I quit. That just shows, it's funny hearing that, but at the same time, it just goes to show you how priority works. People fall asleep on that. Your people will prioritize. If somebody really likes you and want to be with you, you will be a top priority. I'm not saying you should make a person above your job or anything like that, but what I'm saying is the reason why they said that is because when you first started talking, you wasn't a priority until that person started liking. Then you were such a priority and they wanted to be around you so much that they moved things below you and made you a higher priority. So let that be a lesson to you listeners out there that is wondering if somebody really cares and likes you, if somebody's really genuinely loving you, because you will be a priority, a higher priority than just anything. If somebody is putting other things before you, then that should tell you a lot. That should tell you a lot. So always watch that. I'm going to do 2 more and then the time will be about up. If you cheat on me and say because your grandma died, I'm going to mess with your daddy and say because my grandma died. Basically, what this post is saying is if you lie to me, then I'm going to lie to you. And 2 wrongs don't make it right. You should, and I learned this a long time ago because I got myself out of character. Never put yourself out of character because somebody treated you a certain type of way. If you are not a liar and you're not a cheater or whatever, just because somebody does it to you, don't make yourself do it because of that. Allow yourself to be higher than that. You're worth more than that. You're worth a lot more than that. Don't ever let yourself get out of character. Don't let anyone get you out of character, because if you do that, you can't take that back. I remember one time, because somebody kept lying and cheating on me, I decided rather than to let that person go, I was going to sneak behind her back and I was going to talk to somebody. And I got to a point to where everybody or I didn't care if I got caught. And when I did get caught, I tried to lie about it, and then she busted me out. And then that's when I realized, why did I ever do that? Why I was so wrong in doing that. That's not even me. So I put myself out there on social media, and not because of her, but because of me, to put myself right back into character. And I'm glad I did, because it helped me to get right back into character. All right, last one, because my time is about up. I got about 2 more minutes. The worst sign that y'all ever dated. See, posts like that, you're putting people in categories. Don't put people in categories. Just because I'm a Pisces, you're a Scorpio, you are a Aries, this person, don't do that. I said something about this before. Just because I'm black and that person's white and this person, don't do that. Because everybody is not the same. Everybody's not treated the same. Just because I'm black doesn't make me a thug. Just because you're white doesn't make you prejudiced. Just because this person is yellow doesn't mean that they have good Asian food or whatever. Don't do that. Just because I'm a Pisces doesn't make me no more different than a Scorpio, because every sign has cheaters in it. Every sign has good people in it. Every sign has freaks in it. So please quit characterizing people by their signs and their race and their ethnicity and their ways of living and things like that. Please quit doing that, because everybody is different. All right, now my time is up. Please tune in. I will have an episode posted soon on my podcast. I will also be giving you more and more updates. Thank you for tuning in. And as always, I hope that I have said something that can inspire and motivate your life one more time.